everyone. It is Wednesday, the 24th of January. How are you tonight? What are you and you, but especially you up there? I see you. What are you grateful for tonight? It is great to have you here live tonight. It's great to have my replayers too. I love my replayers. You know I love my replayers. It is. I have talked to so many of you today. Thanks. It is great to be here live as we continue chatting about goals. Goals, people. That is what we do. That is what we are working on. It is Goal January. It is Goal January. We are working on that. That is what we're doing. We're breaking it down and we're making it happen. But what are you making happen? What are you grateful for tonight? I can't believe we got a week left this month. 7 more days. 7 more days. A week from now, we will be turning the light out on it. We will, we will. I know it. You know it. As we get going here tonight. Weird weather day today. I shoveled snow and ice this morning, and now it's all rain. Hey, April, how are you tonight? Great to have you here live. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook? I'm over there on YouTube too. And the recording always goes over to YouTube. So, if you ever miss an episode, it is there for you. It is there for you if you ever miss an episode. But we keep them up there on Facebook too. Occasionally we do a little reel Instagram or something. I'm social but not social. Does that make any sense? You're looking for logic there? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I am grateful to be here with y'all. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Great to see you here. Hope all is well in Florida. Hope all is well with you. That is what I hope. Hope you're continuing to ring those sales up, get those people shopping for whatever they're buying. Whatever they're buying, I know you're making it happen. That is the way. That is what we do. That is what we do. Let's get started with our year of positive thinking. Our year of positive thinking is where we go tonight. We are on the 24th. We are on the 24th. And our lesson is how you perceive the world is how you will live. You can choose to focus on each awful, imperfect experience. You can assume the worst possible outcome and expect people to tell you. Or you can allow yourself to be in awe of what is right, beautiful, sacred, and profound. You can choose to focus on what makes you feel aligned with the extraordinary life you hope for. You can expect people to surprise you, and delight you in the best possible ways. What you focus on is what will become your truth. Choose wisely. Hey, I love, today was a weird day too, but we had weather, wintry weather. And, so I'm glad you had sales the other day, and we did too. So I mean, as long as it gets there, that's why I say never overly focus on a day. We were working on our promotion calendar for our stores, and yesterday in the meeting, and we were looking at a day, debating whether to hold this promotion in March or April, and this one promotion, and I'm looking at March, the middle of March, and we were sales. I'm like, oh, we had a storm last year on this day, so you know what happened. Yes, Rose, it is Wednesday. Warm there, sure. After I'm gone, hey, Kelly's here live. Lindsay, great to have you all here tonight. Before I get going on goals, I want to briefly talk about the employee retention credit, which you've heard me talk about many a time before. The employee retention credit is for stores that had a big drop in sales in either 2020 or 2021. Okay, 25 versus 2019, both years versus 2019. Okay, 50% or more down in any quarter in 2020, 25% down in 2021, or we're under mandated government restrictions during that time. Mandated does not ask, but does include things such as limited occupancy, which is considered a reason to qualify outside of the PPP. Even if you got a PPP, for you if you got had payroll, and it can be substantial. It can be real money. Um, like another PPP for those that got it, or sometimes even more. Why I'm talking about it briefly tonight is because it is likely to sunset. There is a effort in Congress. It's not supposed to sunset for 3 years after you paid the tax. Well, starting this April. So yeah, because the first quarter, well, actually this June. So it is when it's supposed to start to sunset, but there is an effort in Congress to end it as of the end of the month. And what that means is you need to get your application in. Okay, so if you have not gotten your revised 941 exit, that in ASAP. This effort to end it. There's been a lot of fraud in it. There's been a lot of bad actors telling everybody they qualify no matter what. That part's not true. Uh, the rules to qualify are very specific, and but there are lots of businesses that legitimately qualify. It's very hard this month trying to get everybody that I knew about to help them get their applications done for it. So if you think you might qualify for this, if you are unsure, email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We can have a conversation, but basically, if we don't get it in this month, I'm worried that it's going to end. Okay, I'm worried that Congress is going to go to a vote to end the program early, um, saving the government money that they can use elsewhere. It's a government shell game with money. Government plays shell game with money. Government's really not saving it if they end it early. But some of the hardest hit businesses that actually qualify for this from the pandemic. If you qualify, I want to make sure that hi Rose, this is the employee retention credit. I've talked about it probably a gazillion times. It's been a while since I have talked about it directly because we're getting very far removed from COVID. So your sales in any quarter of 2020 or 2021 were the easiest way to qualify is down sales. So if your sales in 2020 versus the same quarter of 2019 were down 50% or more, okay, you would likely qualify for that quarter and usually the quarter after it. In 2021, if your sales in any of the first 3 quarters of the year were off by 25% or more versus 2019, okay, the percentage is very specific, then you qualify. Especially in a state like where you are, Florida, you have to hit the sales goal because you have the government restrictions. You live in the land of there's no such thing as COVID. Nothing personal, just political. Okay. But if your sales versus 2019 and those years were off, you can qualify for a significant amount of money back on your payroll, not you and not family. So you need payroll. Okay, this is a refund from the government. Uh, yeah, but you weren't shut down the way northern states. Florida was very loosey goosey. So besides the second quarter of 2020, Florida really wasn't shut down. It was a very recent shutdown. So that doesn't qualify you. It's for down sales that qualify you in Florida. Um, but you have to hit that 50% threshold, and then it has to work around. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because you're not in Florida, you're not going to pull that off, but you will if your sales were off. Okay, um, but you have to hit those sales numbers off, and then you have to have the staff. If you get some money back on the payroll that you paid during that time. Yeah, politicians suck. They drive me nuts. I part of me would like to go become a politician and fix it. And part of me doesn't want to be associated with them. Although I am going to next week. So, if you had payroll, if you were down by that amount, the Commissioner figured 2020 by quarter versus the same quarters in 2019. If in 2020 you can hit the 50% threshold or more, and in 2021, if you can hit the 25% down threshold or more, and you had payroll that wasn't you, okay, can't be you or any immediate family member, then email me and we will talk. Because there's some money there for you to get that you're legitimately entitled to. But those are the requirements of it. That's the broad outline. There's been a lot of really people under the guise of helping people that have been doing fraudulent claims for businesses and taking huge percentages of it, which is why the government is stopping the program under the idea of all the fraud. But the reality is that there is lots of people that can help. I've had multiple stores this week with that we help them get significant sums of money. Okay, five figures, six figures, and that helps repair the damage that's happened because um, the effects of COVID still affect business. That's the reality. COVID isn't a pandemic anymore, but the reality is the effects of it are out there. That's the politicians. So I'll be in DC next week, meeting with those fine people on the Senate, mostly senators next week. That's a separate conversation. Now, back to our main topic. So again, if you have a question on that, email Neil at nationalretail.com and we can have a conversation. But time is very, very short because we have to get those mailed before the end of the month. And it's a lot of detail. So we have been working this month on goal setting. We've been working this month on goal setting. Now, all month. Okay, setting 3 to 5 personal goals and 3 to 5 separate business goals. And that separation, I have said, is extremely important. That separation is important because you are not all you are not a business. You are a separate person. You have a separate life from your business. I also challenge you to have a why for each one. Okay, why is this important? Why is this worth pursuing? Why is this worthwhile? Why is this worth chasing? And the other added part of that is they had to be far enough away. They couldn't be just something to go out and grab. You just grab it and say, okay, Neil, check it off. They had to be big, okay, bigger than the screen. Okay, bigger than the screen is the example I've used. Okay, they had to be big enough, okay, so that you went out there and went after them and chased them and worked towards them. They also had to be specific. Okay, they had to be specific. And I'd use the example of losing weight. Well, losing weight sounds specific. Yeah, but not until you add a number. Okay, then it becomes measurable. So when you say you're going to lose 20 pounds this year, and now it's specific, it's measurable. By adding the year part, okay, it becomes time based. So now I've got basically a pound every other week to lose, time based, achievable. In this case, a pound every other week, that's pretty achievable. Pound every day, not achievable. Okay. Okay. It's relevant. I got those double chins. Okay. It's relevant and it's time bound. So it is a smart goal. I've given you those challenges. I've challenged you to survive up day, which is the 19th of the month, which is 19 days to quit a goal, to quit a resolution, to quit something. Okay. It takes 19 days to start quitting. Okay. And that is the reality of it. Okay. That is the reality. So that was the personal side. So I've been focusing on the personal side, and I did that first intentionally. I did that first intentionally because you business owners, you entrepreneurs, you suck at taking care of you. You suck at pursuing your own goals. You work on the business, but you do not take care of you, pursue your own goals and where you want to be. Okay? You do not do that. Okay? And so I challenge you to do that. And that's where I brought up the personal first. Okay. But now we're going to shift. We're going to take a slight shift, slight exchange here, people. And we're going to focus on the business. We're going to focus on the business side of it. Maybe your goal this year, and again, I'm picking things out of the air. Ooh, I just reached up there and pulled it down. So this example might be too big for some of you and too small for others. And so, but it is going to check the boxes of the smart goal, and that is what I'm teaching. That is what I am teaching. Okay. And so let's just say you want to raise sales. Okay. $50,000 this year. Okay. You want to grow your sales $50,000. Okay. Kind of like the weight where I was a pound every other week. This is like $1,000 a week. Okay, so now it's specific. Okay, it's time bound because we said this year. So $50,000 this year. Okay, that's about $1,000 a week. We're just going to use the $1,000 number a week. Okay, and then we're going to say you're open 5 days a week. I'm going to give you a pass. I'm not even going to deal with why you wouldn't be open 7 days a week yet. But let's say you're open 5 days a week. So now that takes that $1,000 a week to $200 a day. $200 a day. This goal is now specific. It is measurable. Okay, we have this down. Good old American greenback. Okay, we're talking greenback. Okay, specific. It is measurable. It is relevant. Okay, growing your business sales, your dollars. Okay, relevant. It is time bound. We have wrapped it around the calendar. We said we were going to do that this year. Okay, this is specific, measurable, attainable. Well, I mean, as long as that is relevant. If you've never grown your sales 50,000, or if you've only done 50,000 sales, growing at 50,000, that number may not be the right number to be using. Okay, if you're doing $5 million in sales, 50,000 again might not be the right number to be using, but it's a good example number. So work with me on my example here, people. Okay, so it is specific, it is measurable, it is relevant, it is achievable. Okay, and it is time bound. But what does it really mean? What does that really mean? $200 it out. If you're open 5 days a week, that's $200 a day. You need to grow your sales. Now, when it was a big number, when you talk about a year, well, that's less scary. Okay, but maybe when I talk about it on a month, it's almost $4,200 a month, 41,667 a month that you're trying to grow your sales. So let's talk about it on the day. $200 a day if you're open 5 days a week to grow your sales to brand this shit. $200. Well, if your average item, okay, again, we're breaking this down. Breaking this down. That's why this is how you achieve things when you break it down. Okay, if your average item is selling for $4, that means you need to get 10 more items a day out. 10 more items a day. Okay, if you're open 8 hours a day, that's 1.25 items an hour. 1.25 items an hour. Okay, achievable? That's for you to decide. In your store, in your town, in your area. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's too small. Okay, again, it shouldn't be right here. It shouldn't be like, I can do that. That's easy. I got that done. We're already up. We're 24 days in, and I'm already up $6,000. Well, then you're kicking it out of the park, and you didn't set your goals big enough. If you are always knocking it out of the park, you are not setting your goals big enough. You are being too safe. And I like realistic. Okay, it's the achievable part of our goal. I like achievable, but it can't be right here. It has to be. It has to be beyond the screen. It has to be beyond your reach. It has to be something you are working towards. You have to work. Otherwise, it's not really a goal. It's a gimme. It's a layup. It's right there. It's right there. Okay, your goals are things you reach for. So reach for it. Make it meaningful. Maybe it's not a sales goal that you have. Maybe it's a profit goal. Have you ever thought about that? A profit goal. Because the top line, okay, people get so hooked and so worried about their top line number. Okay, I want to reach 100,000 in sales. I want to reach 1 million in sales. I want to reach. I want to say I did this. Okay, and Angie and I can tell you, we worked with stores. We have worked with stores that $2 million in sales that didn't make as much money as the people doing 200,000 in sales. Didn't make as much money. Store doing 2 million in sales, not making as much money as the store doing 200,000. So do you care about the top line, which is how hard you work? The top line is how hard you work. The bottom line is how smart you are. So what number are you focused on? What are you trying to do? What are your goals? They're you. Ultimately, in this, I want you chasing your goals. Okay, I want you to chase your goals, not my goals. I want Rose to chase her goals. I want April to chase hers. I want Karen to chase hers. I want you all to chase your own goals. You're an individual. I want you to chase your goals. Your meaningful to you. Okay, and follow that through. Okay, is what I want you to do. So, what matters to you? And let's break it down. And you should break it down that much because it gets scary. It gets real. Okay, when you break it down to that. When you break it down to the item level, when you break it down to the day level. Okay, when you take it away from that big number, and that big number is sometimes scary and sometimes it's far off. So it isn't scary at all. It's like, well, 50,000, on my sale, 50,000 this year. Well, yeah, I can worry about that at Thanksgiving. I can worry about that down the line. About that That's $1,000 a week. Okay, that is $200 a day if you're open 5 days. Okay, that's one and a quarter an hour. If your average item sells for $20, you're opening hours. Okay, it is that kind of math. Okay, that makes it specific, that makes it measurable, that makes it attainable, that makes it relevant, that tells you that you are climbing the right mountain, that tells you are climbing. Okay, that you see that mountain, you're like, I'm climbing that. Okay, and it's the right mountain for you. Okay, and what's more is, can you see yourself? What does it mean? Okay, what does it mean when you climb that mountain, when you achieve that goal? Okay, when you achieve that weight loss, achieve that level of sales, that level of profit, that level of independence. What does it mean when you get that freedom? What does it mean? Ah, Rose, I understand. It's not easy. When someone asks you to be accountable for it. Okay, when somebody says, look in the mirror, what do I want to achieve for myself? What do I want to achieve for my business? It's scary. It's not easy. That is why we spent so much time on it. That is why we have been talking about it all month long. Okay, because it's not easy. Okay, it is a struggle, and I appreciate your honesty and sincerity in saying that it is. Okay, and it's deeply personal for both your business and for you. That's why I want you pursuing your goals and not somebody else's. So often we're pursuing somebody else's. Well, Neil says 50,000, so I should pursue that. No, it's not what you're saying. Neil's using that as an easy number example, okay, to make a conversation here. Neil is not doing it to say that's what you should pursue. Neil's saying look in the mirror and figure out what's important to you. And that's why it's hard, road. Okay? Because I'm not saying this is your goal. Here you go. Let me serve it up for you. Let me serve it up. Here is your goals. Here's your personal goals. Here are your here are your goals. No, I'm not doing that. No, I am not doing that. That is what people want, and that's why people tend to gravitate, especially in this age of social media. Okay, to see what another store says, or another store does, or another. Well, I want that. That's not what you want. What do you want? What is in here? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. And pursue that. Set that goal and pursue that. That is what is truly amazing. That is what is truly amazing. That is what makes this amazing. That is what I tell you. So think about that. On that, we'll talk about it again tomorrow on Sunday because you know what? This video and everything I talk about, this video and everything I talk about, you're not alone running this store. You can like, no, no one is on drop. You can share it with everybody. There's so much in it. So we can have everybody, everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday, Wednesday at 4 8 finish, Sunday and Wednesday at 4 8 finish. You, if you have questions between, just email me, Neil, NEIL at nextlevelresale.com, NEIL at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with our year of thinking. That is how we roll. And I read you the 25th already, but here on the 26th tomorrow, this is like tomorrow's news today. Karma, how people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abrams. I do like a good party, wedding, a bar mitzvah, make it happen, freedom party in Orlando, Florida, from the 21st to 23rd of April. Make sure you've got that date blocked out on your calendar. But until then, and until Sunday at more 8 what do they do? And you. But most importantly, you. Yeah, you right over there. I see you. You're not alone running the store. Have a great night, everybody.